Raiders family, we all know that the quarterback position is the heart of any team in the NFL, and right now, the Raiders' heart is beating out of rhythm. After a season of ups and downs, and with some injuries complicating the scenario even more, the rumor of the moment is the Raiders would be interested in the former Giants QB, Daniel Jones. But, as in every NFL soap opera, there is more to the story than meets the eye. Let's analyze every detail of this possibility, or lack thereof, and understand what is at stake for the future of the franchise. Sunday's loss made clear what has been apparent for some time. The Raiders are facing a real crisis at quarterback. With Jimmy Garoppolo out of the picture and Desmond Ridder still not showing up as the man, the lack of reliable leadership on offense is taking its toll. Aiden O'Connell, who has shown promising signs, is still battling injuries, leaving the team with few options. This situation is nothing new for Raider Nation. The franchise has been struggling with instability at the position since Derek Carr's departure. And now, with head coach Antonio Pierce trying to turn things around, finding a QB capable of leading the offense is not just a priority, it's a necessity. There's no point having Davante Adams and Josh Jacobs if the player at the center of the offense can't deliver what the team needs. So any opportunity on the market, including dumping a former first-rounder like Daniel Jones, is bound to draw attention. But is that the solution? Or is it just another stopgap? That's the big question the Raiders front office needs to answer, and fast. But who is Daniel Jones today, and why is he available? Daniel Jones was drafted 6th overall by the New York Giants in the 2019 NFL Draft, with high expectations that he would be the team's next franchise QB. However, his time with the Giants was marked by ups and downs. He showed flashes of talent, especially with his athleticism and mobility, but he never achieved enough consistency to justify the investment made in him. Over the past few years, the Giants have tried to surround him with talent and give him the opportunity to develop, but things just haven't worked out. With injuries and poor performances piling up, the team finally made the decision to release him. The NFL is a cutthroat league. One day you're a starter, the next you're out of a job. Now he's on the market as a free agent. For a team like the Raiders, desperately seeking stability at quarterback, Daniel Jones may seem like a solution. But the question remains, does he still have anything to offer? And, more importantly, does he even want that chance in Las Vegas? Well, it looks like Jones' answer to the Raiders has already been given, and it's not what we expected. According to Jordan Schultz of Fox Sports, the Raiders have shown interest in Daniel Jones, but the response hasn't been great. Sources close to the player indicate that he would prefer to join a team that is already in a playoff position, even if it means being just a reserve. In other words, Jones doesn't appear to be willing to restart his career with a franchise that is in the process of rebuilding. This rejection, if confirmed, raises a number of questions. On the one hand, it shows that the Raiders are still far from being an attractive option for some players in the league, especially those looking to re-establish themselves. On the other, it reinforces the need to build a winning environment that attracts talent. And that starts with stability on the coaching staff and a clear direction for the future. Furthermore, Jones's refusal may not be a huge loss. Despite being a former first-round pick, he's not exactly the type of player who's going to turn the Raiders' season around. If he's not fully committed to the team, it might be better to look elsewhere. Let's take a closer look at what Daniel Jones could offer the Raiders if the marriage were to happen. First, Jones is known for his ability to run the ball. He's a mobile QB, something that's currently lacking on our roster. With the Raiders' offense needing more versatility, this trait could be a game-changer in tight games. In terms of passing, Jones has a strong arm, but his accuracy has always been questionable. This could be a problem, especially considering we have receivers like Davante Adams and Jacoby Myers who rely on well-established routes to shine. Additionally, Jones' turnover history, fumbles and interceptions, is a big red flag. Finally, it's worth remembering that he's still young and could benefit from a fresh start. Under Antonio Pierce, who seems to be a coach who inspires his players, perhaps Jones could find his confidence again and deliver a performance that exceeds expectations. But that, of course, is just speculation, and at the moment, it seems like we won't get a chance to test that hypothesis. From a financial perspective, would it really be feasible to bring Daniel Jones to Vegas? Despite being a free agent now, Jones still carries some market clout. After all, he was a starter for the Giants for several seasons and still has his name attached to the label of a former first-round pick. That means he would likely command a sizable contract. For the Raiders, who are already dealing with salary cap constraints, this would be a big risk. Investing heavily in a player who has yet to prove his worth would be risky, especially considering the other needs on the roster. The team needs to bolster both its offensive line and defense, and spending big on an uncertain QB could jeopardize its long-term plans. So, perhaps the best option is to pass on this opportunity. If Jones is not willing to come and the cost would be high, focusing on internal solutions or the draft may be a wiser decision. After all, rebuilding the team will not happen overnight, and it is better to do it the right way.